Good morning, TL travelers. Welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. If you are new here, we have actually just returned from like a whole Rocky Mountain, Alberta adventure. We started our adventures in Jasper National Park with Jasper Tourism, who sponsored that trip so generously. We had an amazing time. And then we picked up our CanaDream deluxe camper van from CanaDream, who sponsored the second portion of our leg of our journey and traveled through southern Alberta. So epic trip, but during that trip, we had a lot of questions about van living, van travel, and this was our first experience traveling in a camper like that. So I wanted to just like sit down with you now that I'm home, with my iced coffee, and just do like casual Q&A style, answer some questions for you guys. And yeah, just like chill because it is a beautiful summer day and I don't really have anything else planned today other than just relaxing, hanging out with you. So if you have not already, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely do that now. And I'll be linking videos from the trip that I reference like above and in the description below throughout the video, but definitely hop back after this video is over and just like check out some of our adventures, because again, we had a great time. And yeah, I'm done rambling. I'm gonna pull up your questions. Jump into it because I know Q&As can get long. I'm gonna try not to make that happen. So first question was just like in general, how was your trip? Did you enjoy your trip? We got a lot of those, especially because of the times right now and like the restrictions and things like that. If you're watching this in the future, check the date, you'll know what I mean. But no, we had a really great time. And honestly, we'd also traveled with CanaDream in a truck style camper in 2020 last year. And it really was just like a great way to get out and adventure, and it does limit your contact with a lot of other people. So we really did enjoy that, and I would definitely recommend it. If it's something that you've been like thinking about doing, yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out the like camper style of travel. We really enjoyed it. So next question was, are you thinking about buying or building a van? And that was another question that we got a lot. I think a lot of people assumed, because, and I 100% stand by this, you know, the common like suggestion or recommendation is to, you know, travel in a van, rent a van, and sort of like enjoy living in a van before you commit to buying or building your own, so that you know what you want. Like a van build has always been something that I've been interested in, as far as like, I love that kind of style of travel. And Derek, my husband, for any of you who aren't familiar, he like builds cars and refurbishes like old, like classic cars and stuff like that. He's really knowledgeable in that type of stuff. He's great with like just building in general. So I think that like a van build would be really good for him as well. That said, as much as we like sort of dream about it and talk about the type of van that we would have and like what types of changes we would make if we were going to be like living or traveling in a van, at the moment, it's not something that we are looking at doing right away, but it's definitely not off the table. I'll say that much. It's not off the table. Next question, was it comfortable? Did you find that you had enough space? So definitely, I don't know how like families with children travel and live in vans. Well done. Because yeah, it's definitely a compact, like it is a compact living space. So, and actually, a girlfriend of mine, she's out in BC. She has an Instagram feed. I will link that down as well. All about like small space living, and she lives out of a van, and it's like a beautiful van. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave some of her like her information down below. But so yeah, definitely compact living. But we felt like we did have like enough space, or the space that we needed for the short amount of time that we were in a van. Yeah, it was close quarters, but we we weren't like, it's not like we were like right up in each other's faces in a frustrating way. I will say that like as a lifestyle, not sure that specific van layout would have been for us. And if you are picking up a camper van, especially from CanaDream, what I would recommend for this one versus some of the other vehicles that we have looked at or driven with them would be, they do have the option for you to pick up like a mattress topper, like an extra mattress that you could put on the reclining seats to make it just a little bit more comfortable. We were comfortable. We just like laid a thicker blanket as like on the bottom, but it was a bit firm. So if you like a squishy, soft sleeping situation, definitely pick up that extra mattress or bring in a mattress topper. The next question, would you ever live in a van full time? So I think I kind of already answered this. Full time, I don't think, especially because like we literally just built our forever home. So like now is probably not the time. But yeah, it's something that I really enjoy, and I think Derek ended up enjoying more than he thought that he would. But for like long-term travel, sure. To live, probably not. Did you feel safe? So we did feel safe, but like the first night, there was a lot of stuff, I'm gonna say, there was a lot of stuff that like I didn't vlog during the trip as well, because we were sort of trying to like keep the episodes flowing. But the first morning that we had the van and we woke up, we looked out the window and there was a man who had set up his camper chair to just be looking directly at our van. Like it looked like he was just sitting there looking in our windows, and we were sufficiently shook, I should say. And I did take a picture, which I was like, I'm gonna share this photo like as a part of the story. I'm not going to share it now, knowing the outcome. But what it ended up being was that this guy who was in the site next to us, he was camping with his cat on a leash, and he had like hooked his cat up to his camper, but it was like running around our like van camper. So he had set his chair up to watch his cat, but for like a good 10 minutes we were like, why is this guy like looking at our camper? What do we do? Do we go out and say something? Like, can he see us seeing him? Does he think this camper is empty? It was really weird. But like, yeah, so the cat, it was just a cat situation, nothing to actually be concerned about. But there was definitely like a couple of moments where, yeah, there was like little things where I think we worked ourselves up being like, oh, this isn't safe for this reason, or like what's happening here. But once we just kind of like took a chill pill and realized what was up, we were good. And yeah, so yeah, we felt safe the whole time. We didn't do a lot of like off campground camping by any means, just because the CanaDream campers too, like they have their like logo, and it's not a very like inconspicuous situation. If you're parked on a side street, people know you're a camper, right? So we didn't do a lot of that, but like in the campgrounds and when we were off doing tours and everything like that, yeah, we felt totally safe. What else do we have here? Oh, so this is a good one. So in relation to CanaDream, I had a couple of people who have been following for some time ask if we preferred the van camper or the truck camper, and if we would recommend, which one we would recommend more. So this is like an interesting question, because I think like there was different things about each vehicle that we really liked, and like different things that we missed from the others. So like, for example, the truck camper, your bed is made the entire time that you're traveling. It's above the cab, so your dinette is always set up and your bed is always set up, versus in the van, because it is a bit more compact of a space, your dinette turns into your bed. So if you want the dinette set up, then you need to like dismember your bed, and then when you want to go to bed, you have to like put the dinette down. So Like that was like a little thing that we preferred about the camper. But then with the camper, although you do have like a skylight up above your bed, you don't have the ability to like open those back doors and just sort of like lay out and enjoy a view and pull the screen down and like chill with the views and all that kind of stuff. And that was something that we did a lot with the van that we really, really like. That was a feature that hands down we just loved so much. So, and then as far as like the setup with the camper, in order to like get into the driver's seat and everything like that, you had to leave the camper, walk around and like get into the truck, versus the van, it's connected. And so, yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to that. So I think it really comes down to like what your preferences are. I think if I had to choose one or the other, I would choose the truck, maybe. Shoot, I would choose the truck for like long term or like a longer trip, and I would choose the van for a shorter trip. That's my answer, and we're sticking to it. How did you feel driving it? I didn't drive it. Derek drove the entire time. Bless his heart. He is always the driver when we do things like this, just because he is a lot more comfortable, I guess, driving on like places that he's not familiar with. So he did the driving, and I will say like the nice thing, so the van is obviously like a little bit bigger. It's not like the size of a minivan. It's a van. But like with the rear backup cameras and like the mirror situation, all that whole setup, the van didn't see it. Like Derek didn't have any problems with the van at all. And then the camper, the truck camper, is not that much bigger than a regular truck. So we haven't had the opportunity yet to try out any of their like really like big RVs or anything like that, which I imagine would be definitely like a bit of a learning curve. But as far as driving the van, we never found ourselves in a situation where we like couldn't get the visual that we wanted. Driving on the highway was fine. It's just, yeah, it's like a little bit bigger than a regular vehicle, but it's not like an absurd sort of situation. I think the learning curve when it comes to these campers more so comes from your services. So if you are doing like van life and you're living in a van and you have like a compost toilet and a lot of things that allow you to not have to be hooked up to services, that's one thing. But with CanaDream, the campers that you're purchasing are set up with these services so that you can have, you know, direct running water to take, you know, hot showers, and so that you can plug into power, and you can have, you know, you can plug, like hook up to like sewage and all that kind of stuff. So the learning curve with that, and it's super easy. They give you all they don't just send you out there. They give you all the information that you need. It's very simple to figure out. But yeah, the learning curve, aside from like more so than the driving, just comes from, you know, checking your gray water levels in your black water tank or whatever it's called. Oh gosh, I'm the worst. And just, yeah, like managing your levels and like finding your sanity dump stations and like doing all that kind of stuff. But it's definitely, yeah. So with the van that we tried and with the truck, both with CanaDream, I want to make it very clear that like it's a very cushy, very well set up situation. So we're not out there navigating, you know, where are we gonna, you know, get a gym membership and take our next shower types of things. We like have the shower is in the RV. You know, we've got everything we need. So yeah, I can't remember what's the question. Oh, driving. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you don't mind this very, very casual format. I've just been filming for like a lot of straight days. So yeah, but yeah, like if you're concerned about driving an RV, and you're not comfortable driving like really large vehicles, or with the idea of driving really large vehicles, I wouldn't think that you would have a huge problem with the van or the truck camper. So all of that said, that's kind of the gist. I mean, those were the most van related questions. So I'm going to cut this video now, but definitely like and subscribe. You know, join us on our adventures. My neighbors are riding their bikes behind my house and looking at me filming right now. Okay, bye. Yeah, so like and subscribe for more adventures. We do have a few more exciting things coming your way, like this summer, that I'm so excited to share with you that I just can't right now. So yeah, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more videos. I post new travel content every single Sunday. And yeah, hopefully we can get back out and do a little bit more van style, road trip style adventures for you guys, because I know that you've been really enjoying it. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer, you know, with as much information as I personally have on our small van travel adventure, share tips and all those types of things. And if there are a ton of like extra follow-up questions here or on Instagram, then maybe I'll do another video. Otherwise, all the videos from this trip, including our van tour, are linked in the description down below. And yeah, until I see you for our next adventure, stay great, travel safe, and I will see you then.